Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to this evening's stream where we're playing some Murder Monday games. We'll have some shenanigans. We're going to be playing Mordhau first, where if you enjoy murder, then, which this chap does, right? Yep. Then you can join us as we fight on our community server. So if you want to join us, just go to fight, go to server browser, and then from there, you can make sure all the filters are unchecked. The max ping is set to the same thing our German viewers say every time they see I've gone live, 999. The game mode set to all, the server name to IMA, and you'll find Imaflanker's Mordhau server by gaming.buzz at the top. And then the password is over in our Discord, which you can find at discord.gg/Imaflanker, which I'll put the link in the chat below. And probably promptly get the password wrong. Sorry, Twitch viewers, you're going to see this twice. There we go. Okay, so in the Horde mode, we are playing some PvE shenanigans. This is a first-person PvE medieval combat game, and that was a bit deafening. And I'll grab in the one, the only Henward is here. And I probably need to get myself a weapon with some skills. Shouldn't be running the other way around. Right, there we go. Hello, Henwood. Can you hear me okay? Oh, no. Ow. Haha. Oh, no. That's rude.
Apologies, I had to leave the PC for a moment.
No worries. This is fine.
Yes, I see that everything is fine.
Everything is indeed much fine, very yes. Dude would stop trying to poop at me. That would be ideal. Oh no, I'm dead.
Just checking out Neo, what do you think of it?
And we have a Cody as well. That is the correct move. Tactically repositioning rapidly in the opposite direction. And then find someone to hide behind. Not me! Oh, nope. Excellent. We definitely have that covered. Tosser's Antis is like a real Viking, indeed. Hey Russ, how are you, buddy? Oh, big dude. Watching actual footage of Imaflanker negotiating with sales representatives, A36 AD cover eyes. Well, I will say today, I did spend a disproportionate amount of my time speaking to people trying to sell me things. And thank you for doing the shout-outs, Doc, for Russ and Daft. And if you've got a shout-out for yourself, as is required by law. Hang on. There. Oh, no. Well, that went horribly wrong. You're being forced to accept you're just not good enough for Tarkov. Has it just got very sweaty, sir? My face is Toby's shield. Yeah, I think I did put up, I was checking volume levels so I couldn't hear my music. There you go. Apologies. I think I did put up some options for some shootery stuff, so I don't think I put up. I think put Broken Arrow. Was it put Delta Force on? Or, the other one. Grey Zone Warfare.
Up we go.
You might want to take an alternative route for now, my friend.
I figured. Rain. Just get you up.
Oh, no, damn it. Ah, I had to tab out to reply to someone's message.
You served as my shield. That is enough.
Hello.
First order of business. Get murder buddy up again.
It's just Flanker sleeping now.
Get Flanker up again.
No, Plonker was accurate. Unlike that, Flanker. Where's the Horde at the moment? Oh, sorry,
around.
Fighting the Alliance.
Oh, I might actually just give him and buy some armor.
That's like not a bad idea.
Ah. What are you doing, Jack?
What was even that? He just fell back downstairs.
Nope.
I'll just hit then, I guess.
Thank you. Just in time for someone.
Oh, there we go. Ow. Oh no. Ow. Ow.
So, why did he die in such a place?
Ow. Mayday. Yep, there we go. Slowly but surely takes down.
Well,
Who sticks?
On.
On the way.
just you, Flanker.
I'm not surrounded by anything at the moment, so here's your chance.
Just you, really?
Crap.
Yeah, I described my play style as exactly that today.
Oh, bugger, there's a ranged bastard there. Here you go. Just one more. After you go.
Nicely done. The A team are back up again.
Where?
I believe they're on a plane. Or is it a catapult? It's one of them refused to get on a plane.
I think it was A for absolutely laughable. That's not a good idea. Ow.
Eat.
Almost got it.
There's angry people around.
Pretty sure this should be the last log.
I got it. It's your man. Yes.
Put it in!
Giggity.
That's what... Never mind.
Ooh, rock sword. Don't forget to spend your skill points.
Pay no attention to the unarmed man. Ah, thank you. Uh-oh. That one had an axe. Cute kids are coming. Yeah. There's someone behind you, Flanker.
I will say that when it's just me, it's far more manageable.
Yes, because difficulty scales.
Dying. Oh, crap.
You are still. I am also.
Right, you rough throwing
Okay.
crap. Ah, there we go. Oh, now I can actually do something. Just have a second. No, I bloody can't.
Don't have time there, sir.
300.
How are you today, Fire? You keeping well?
Crappity crap. Oh. Uh-oh. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah.
Go to the breeze.
Stop being mean to me. Eep out.
You stop getting javelins with skeleton.
Right then. Save me. Ah! Somebody save me.
Oh, goodness, that wasn't one of you behind you anymore. You have to start over with Foundry. The save game's too far and you forgot where stuff is. I've done it with satisfaction before. The literal only reason for the restart was I couldn't remember what I was doing.
Hello. There's a Minotaur.
Really? I couldn't move backwards because a Minotaur was busy
Yeah.
giving me the
Except
order
he
from
flying
behind.
into you. Don't mind me, pay no attention. I'm not doing anything. Ah, too late.
Cody, watch out.
Oopsie. Oh! Meant to do that, probably.
Oh. Go for a jog there, Gray. Seems the most sensible option right now, I'll be honest.
Oh, okay then. Ah! Yeah, balls to your axe. Oh crap. He has an axe.
That seems mean.
Right then. Ah, finally I might be able to. Aha! Now you bastard.
Oh, for God's sake. Today is not my day in this. Constantly getting killed from behind.
Minotaur?
I thought I missed him.
Shut up.
That's 2 Minotaurs. That's a Minotaur I shoot.
Why? Shoot you. Crap.
Oh,
Almost.
so close.
Right.
Weird. Ah,
Up we go.
some sort of weird delay with shooting.
Oh, for God's sake! Every freaking time! Dead from behind again. Just as we were making progress down the corridor as well. Dear me.
Stukje kwijt brieven, zodat ik een buisje stuif.
Watch out behind. Nero's dying to the same thing I did. Yeah.
Hey! Crap, 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 crap.
I think that's what they threw at me.
Okay, this is just weird. It's just refusing draw sometimes. Draw the bloody bowstring. Draw the string, yeah.
Gotcha.
commands just not registering to actually attack? Weird. Oopsie daisy.
Stop getting hit from behind every few seconds.
I'm trying to kill everything behind you.
When would somebody learn by now?
Draw the bloody string. Jesus. What the hell is going on with shooting right now? Ah!
I'm stuck in the cars. Oh.
Ah, yep, I'm back there.
Right. I don't really have any.
Putting a few from...
I can't move.
I killed one of them.
Yeah, this is just getting really, really annoying. My God!
There you are.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's great. It's just you. Just keep running. You're still gonna get stoned, run. Oh, yep.
For some reason, it just wouldn't fire sometimes.
I think for that one, DPS is way more important than anything else. I built into sword and board, and yes, that was a mistake.
Probably would have gone better if I was shooting normally, but
Yeah, it sucks when that sort of thing happens.
yeah. Shall not be moved. Big bastards. Oh.
Let's play with the chests because I've never learned.
What's up?
Sure.
Hello?
Oi, come back.
Ooh.
Did that just go through the floor?
Nope. It in fact went into my hands. If anybody wants the pickaxe, either for selling or whatever, go for it. Nobody wants it. First one. Thank you, sweetie. Taste the crux. You can also taste the crux.
Oh, it tastes like chicken.
What is that? Right. Yes, you guys can also die. And you. Oh. Oh, so now you show up. Great. Get it! I was leaving those for you, but next time I'll just kill them.
Look, take your practice swings and call me when you're winning the fight.
That's not fair. They all spawned over your side.
Good. Ah. Oh, bloody smoke. Oh, there we go. Now I can see you. Ow. Ooh. E.
Watch this.
Ooh, eat. Aha.
Ing Tang Willa Walla Bang Bang. No words to that effect. Right there. Shooting at me, the bastards. Ow.
Mine.
So let's see. Oh. Bring me your huddled masses. And I shall call them. What can I say?
Oh, crap.
Yep, that is
Oh, crap. That's... There we go. How is it Nobel at 85?
well, he's given the best possible health care for the age, and therefore may have lived a little longer.
Excuse me. That's just rude.
Where am I?
Oh, that was whoops it. Ow. A sneaky little attack. Aha. Uh-oh. Will you stop running away, yeah? Thanks.
Oh, balls and dead. Yep. Dead four moves ago. That knocks into a wooden shed. Much dirt. Oh, yes.
Early lane!
That was supposed to be dead 10 seconds ago.
Crap. Yeah. Never doubt in my mind.
You didn't help, did you, my lord? Hmm?
Oi, stop kicking the other.
Excuse me? He's not cut out for this. Ah, bloody smoke. Ow. Rude.
Got you.
Right then. Oh, there's still one in there. Okay then.
That's understandable fire.
Yeah.
That is a space I have worked in previously. It is infinitely frustrating. People are like, oh, I do want it when we provide the not just a compliance version. Ah, who'd have known? Oh well. Get on the floor.
Where's the rest of them?
Taking out the guys with the shield.
Alright. Said missed it. Oh crap. That stopped my...
Part of that is that there are competing vehicles. European brands do pretty well in China. They're seen as high quality. And there are competing European brands that are also not a million miles away from that price in that particular market. They're just not going to close that price
Seems like you get most of the first wave over on that side.
all things being well, planning on getting driving licenses. Well, it makes sense for me to drive for work for one of my projects. And I will be buying an electric car.
Electric car, you say?
Mm-hmm.
How very Norwegian of you.
Indeed. Norway was the first country in the world to have their best-selling vehicle overall be an electric car, not just a best-selling in a particular class.
I hear a lot of foreigners visiting Oslo being shocked at the amount of Teslas and electric cars in general.
Well, there was a decent tax break, but not only that, they put a lot of money into infrastructure so it's easy to charge your car. And we are just getting to the point now where BYD have got a new charging platform that will charge even faster. And when you put that into commercial vehicles, then suddenly electric commercial vehicles suddenly make a heck of a lot more sense outside of last mile delivery. Electric cars don't solve all the problems with air quality and things like that, but they do certainly help. We've still got particulate from brakes, although that's lessened in instances where regenerative braking is used, and also just rubber from tyres. So, despite many tech gurus trying to reinvent it, the train is still the best form of transit, followed by good quality interurban transport, followed by buses, followed by cars. Okay, I'll see if I can change that. I can't really guarantee it. I don't want to go peeking. Is that any better, Fire? That is better. Okay. Short version. Electric cars solve a lot of problems, including providing more energy independence for countries, but not all of the problems from a pollution perspective. But they certainly help deal with not burning as much fossil fuels.
Oh, there comes the big boy.
Any, if you're you've got a decent infrastructure, but it then is down to tyre rubber.
There goes the big boy.
Brake. Brake dust, effectively.
Haha. Oh, okay, not haha. Haha. Uh-oh.
There are new electric vans coming from BYD, and there's one come out from Mercedes. But the problem with electric vans at the moment is the charging infrastructure is not a high enough power. But you can get an electric van that will do 280 miles. But the reason it's only being used for last mile delivery is because the infrastructure, you can basically do spoke and wheel for last mile delivery. So electric vehicles have been delivering parcels and stuff in the UK, including electric trucks, for probably over a decade now.
Wait, are all three of us using
Yeah.
Ow, ooh, oh. You. Four in one hit. Take that, nasty yellows.
Hey, Mark. Enjoy your alert, my friend. Might try and borrow some of Mark's brain in exchange for cheese at some point. I have a new network set up, and I need like a second pair of eyes at the proposed solution I'm looking at using. The issue in Germany with electric cars, as far as you don't build more electric cars, as long as people don't buy more electric cars, and a lot of people are like, I don't buy an electric car because there's not enough electric chargers. Yep. Also, there's quite a lot of infrastructure involved in putting up proper, like, high-speed electric charging. It's not quite as simple as people would hope. But, yeah. Infrastructure spending is almost always the best time to build infrastructure was yesterday, or 10 years ago. But doing it now would be great.
There's the reason most of the train lines kind of stop kind of midway through Norway.
Yeah. And the electric car charging, the reason that they did so well, like electric cars sold so well in Norway, and specifically in Amsterdam in the Netherlands, is there was just loads of charging infrastructure, and also I'm going to be kind and say a generous offer to try and get people to adopt electric cars. A certain company offered unlimited free supercharging for the life of the vehicle.
Yeah.
And taxi drivers looked at that and went, sorry, you've put superchargers next to Schiphol Airport and you're going to let me fuel for free for my taxi until I run this vehicle into the ground. And there are plenty of electric vehicles that have 250,000 miles on driving around that
Oh crap.
will be losing that certain company money every year until they die. And there are drivers that will do their utmost to keep that running forever, ever. Which is good. That's better for the environment.
We also have that electric cars could drive in dedicated lanes for public transport and taxis. That made them very popular in Oslo.
Yeah, absolutely, because it massively cuts your commute. And at some point, you're going to have to take that away from those drivers.
Oh, I think they've already started.
Yeah. But it is those kind of incentives heavily incentivize people to adopt. And then once people have adopted, you get over all of the fears people have. Like they look at electric vehicles. Oh, I couldn't possibly drive one of those. What if I want to drive to Scotland? You're like, when did you last drive to Scotland? Well, I never have.
Yes.
Well, because like the worst case scenario, if you pretend that electric cars, it would be impossible to drive more than their maximum range. It isn't. But pretend it is. Hire a frigging car for the one time you need to do that. Like, get a longer range EV for the one time you need to do that. Most of the time, most cars are sat still. That's why I think car clubs are such a good idea as well.
Yeah, I was in Sweden on Saturday with a rented car.
Hey, Fudge, are you around for games in a bit? Yeah, that makes sense.
It was a company called Horde. It was basically just a local car that you can borrow. And they have cars parked all around, so you can just pick up the kind of car you need and
Also
rent it
like,
for an hour or the whole day or a few days.
and it's not
Relatively cheap.
a foreign concept. There's van hire by the hour, by 2 or 3 companies that have hire vans sitting in like Costco car parks. Because people buy something at Costco or IKEA and go, oh yeah, I've got a Mini and I just bought myself a double bed with mattress. Huh. So for that particular journey, you can hire it and de-hire it from an app at a very low cost.
Oh, there's one left. Not off.
I would say
If you switch to the Pokebits,
actually, even if that were the case, that's a good thing for policing it, because you have to provide your driving license and identity documents to hire a vehicle. But if I pass my driving test this year, I will be buying an electric car and an electric van for the business.
I'll borrow both of them and pretend I know how to drive on English roads.
Seems reasonable. Besides the fact that because people hated on electric cars so much, the resale value of some of them coming off lease is terrible at the moment. Which is great news if you are in the market for buying a cheap electric car. There are Tesla Model S's that are supercar-like cars with
crap, here comes the big boy.
free supercharging and selling for between
I'm about to
10 and
Yep.
20,000. And you can make you smile every day because if you're not a fan of Elon, it's costing him money every time you recharge for the life of the vehicle.
Thank you.
What, I might need help.
On the way.
Ow.
Say your prayers.
Oh, yellows.
Have you seen what's happening with people driving booking tests in the UK? I had not. What's happening now? Because what's happened historically is people have either booked intensive driving courses because those people book lessons, or they book tests even if they don't have a candidate. And the other thing is, there's always been cases going somewhere that is quieter. So,
Oh yeah, they've put rules up against that in Oslo.
yeah, we used
It became too much of a problem. People going out of town to tiny little communities and doing their driving test.
well, the problem in the UK is just the sheer demand for tests. So a couple of my friends did their tests in Fife. Neither of them are from Scotland. So it was just so much faster to get a test there.
Yeah, the problem here is that if you learn to drive in a small rural area, you can't drive in Oslo. There's way too many signs and different offshoots of the roads and heavy traffic, everything.
Hydrogen cars aren't coming anytime soon, Doc, because they're massively impractical. So hydrogen works for heavy construction vehicles, where you're not going to have any access to grid. And there's been use of it with trucks and stuff. The problem is that hydrogen just wants to escape. Also, hydrogen is not green. You can make green hydrogen by using, for example, solar energy or wind or tidal energy to create hydrogen from water. That is not what most hydrogen is. Most hydrogen is just gas that's being used for it, and then using fossil fuels to power the conversion.
Ready?
Oh, I've got a big guy here I'm going to have to run away from for a wee second.
I'll head over and grab him.
Oh, I'm happy to fight him. He got the first hit in.
Yeah, there's just quite a few readies. Oh, hello.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't even have a chance to do anything there.
I have an noble. Everything there.
Right, I'll head on. I think that's my fault.
I'll deal with him, it's fine. There's a whole lot more than just enough armor.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
I'm
the
killing
fire
the
guy.
fire dude first. Failing killing the fire dude first. Oh, there's another big guy here. I'm gonna get trounced by... Yeah, there's another big guy in loads of yellows then. I don't know.
Oh, and giants.
Okay, the big
Problem is,
guy's
if I turn the game
done.
down too much, I can't actually hear the game, which makes it unplayable. See if that's better.
One giant stayed on Noble.
I know, but there's nothing I can do about that.
Well, he's almost dead apparently. So.
Yeah, but even if I move to kill that one, he's just gonna get to the next one.
There's also a structural problem, Sponge, as well as the app problem, which is just that there aren't enough driving examiners. They're doing some really cool things with electrification of railway as well for areas that can't easily have it done. So we are a bit behind in the UK on that. They've actually got a battery train, electric train that will fast charge at the stations on either end, which could be a great solution for rural lines because, despite what tech pros tell you, trains are still super efficient ways of transporting people around. No matter how many times you try and reinvent the train.
Oh, bloody archers. Oi! Don't duck under my attack. Pending like you're a hero.
Oi, come back.
Hey, I would like to not be stuck for a minute.
Oh, is it meant to be easy to get Tess and Butte? Oh. I didn't know that, but... Oh, goodness.
There we go.
These yellows would stop.
There we go.
Alright, come with that, mate.
And bring us the noise and bring us the funk. Oi, don't run away from me yet.
I seem to remember as well, I think a lot of the cancellations for driving tests are because tests have been booked for candidates that don't exist as well. Or are suddenly not ready. I think there's some reporting about that fairly recently. Da.
Well.
So if you're not Elon's biggest fan, you want a model year, I think pre-2018 Tesla, because he doesn't get any money out of you. It can be serviced somewhere else. It's worth more for parts than it is as a car, generally, because some of the people that have the higher end cars want to keep them in good nick, and they have free supercharging. And if you can find one that has a had someone that spent a lot of money on it, they may well already have upgraded free supercharging as well. And in the UK, there are 51 of those at the moment, starting at 11 grand. And some of those cars were 100,000 plus. Exactly that, Sponge. People like pick up a cancellation and cancel their own because they've got it closer, and they release the cancellations on what's meant to be a fair basis. So like almost a first come first serve basis. But no one can book them because the app's already booked it the second it's shown.
There's so many yellows sneaking in between here.
I got up your hands.
There we go.
Doc, you're not wrong about hydrogen, but also hydrogen wants to escape. The most common flaw with hydrogen vehicles is the tank. And it's a great solution for very specific circumstances. And if you're making hydrogen with green electricity, that's phenomenal. Most places aren't doing that. Most places are instead just rebranding natural gas as the solution to, I think they call it blue hydrogen.
They do have cars that run on tequila.
That makes sense. Ethanol.
I mean, it's great. If you break down, you've got a drink.
But it's like also hydrogen, Doc, if you look at it like that, hydrogen is just electric cars with extra steps. You're going through an additional process which there is loss in to create hydrogen, which still is a good idea if you've got masses of excess green energy, so you're massively over-generating on the grid. Lithium is no longer used in lots of batteries, Doc. Those are solved problems. There's the first salt batteries starting to be come online. Cobalt will be out of them soon enough as well. There is real research going into that, and also batteries are being recycled now, which they never used to be done before. But I would also argue that oil is going to stop coming out of the ground before long. And the hydrogen vehicles are still using rare earth materials to create the chips that run them, which every car needs to.
Back here, you little... There we go.
Unfortunately, hydrogen doesn't really solve much of either of those things. But it is great for tractors or for large units because you can deliver tankers. Whereas electric comes through cables. So it's infinitely preferable to deliver electricity to run vehicles. Particularly if you get to faster charging vehicles, I'm going to go around the side. Than it is to do the hydrogen with just extra steps.
Thank you. I don't think I'm
The
stopping.
point is that EV's not green. Neither is hydrogen. EVs are significantly greener than anything else. But so the talking point of EVs not being green was literally the ICE car lobby, the internal combustion engine lobby, raised that. Oh yeah, but they're no better. I mean, they're more efficient than us, but not by much. There was literally money put into pushing that as a narrative, and it's really, it has been really effective, let's say. I'll go backstabs. And some armor. Because the answer to EVs aren't green is no new car is green. None. If you want to be really green, don't own a car. Take public transit. And then the next best thing is looking at electric or hydrogen, both with all their faults, and then driving them for as long as you can until they can no longer be used, and then recycling them and using some of those materials.
Yeah, I got stocky bit?
Sodium carbide batteries are pretty cool. They are freaking awesome. And iron batteries. What's it called? Nickel iron. Which is, those batteries are already going into cheaper electric cars. So I think the starting point has to be, if you're going with EVs aren't green, is that no car is green. So what's better? Because also it's sure as heck not hydrogen where you are converting, unless we start piping hydrogen all over the place, you're converting one form of energy to another with losses. The most efficient way to do that, or the greenest way to do that, is greener energy, so renewable energy. In which case, we already have transmission networks for that energy. So why are we then converting it from that to hydrogen with a loss and then taking tankers to then deliver it? Or we could just put a cable in the ground.
A cable in the ground.
Oh, hello. Vegan, I thought you were smaller. Oh, and you could argue that they're nowhere near as good, but they only need to be as good as the charging infrastructure is.
Oh, sorry, Gordy.
And the reality is most people drive their cars less than 70 miles a week. So you either want the greenest possible version, in which case looking at the salt or iron battery solutions is the greenest possible way of doing it if you're just focused on which minerals we need to take out of the ground to build them in the first place. And also then you need to have the recycling infrastructure, which a lot of former car batteries are currently going into either recycling or into grid level storage, which also helps with electricity because it allows you to store more electricity for your grid, meaning you don't need as many peaker plants. Hey Angst, I can see you saying testing. And we have a Sir Darth of Panzeria. There we go.
Sir.
Hello, hello.
Oh.
Look at him joining in the final round.
And I have been found wanting.
All right.
Yeah, like a bloody American.
Wow.
Turning up right at the end.
Yeah. Claim all the glory.
Well, not all the glory. Some of the glory.
Just you watch. He's gonna claim we'd all be speaking Cockney if it weren't for him.
You want to take care of a big one?
He's down there. But most of the arguments against green energy and electric cars, just to be clear, I'm talking about the technology, not the management of any particular company. Is mostly some whataboutism on things that people that are saying it actually know have already been solved.
There's a big boy again.
Like the argument of the petrol engine companies, which you literally have to burn stuff which we know is damaging to human health. and causes masses of excess deaths every year. Yeah, but electric's not 100% green in this country because we're not doing anything about the grid. But okay.
Help.
Well, then let's work on that then. No, that wasn't the point. Well, you need to mine. Well, okay.
Oh crap!
So do you?
Friendly, fire pit.
See, I think EVs are the long-term solution. It's battery tech that needs to change, Doc. Hydrogen is not a long-term solution, unfortunately. Other than in areas where it makes specific sense, like construction vehicles or... In fact, that's pretty much it. Anything that will be away from grid for long periods, in my humble opinion.
Right, down you go. Handle your business.
I think this is the last wave.
Nice. Hydrogen combustion could be one way to keep ice but reduce emissions. The problem is that hydrogen tanks leak, Mark. And most hydrogen is made using fossil fuels, which we can and should change. I'm not saying it shouldn't be part of the mix. Oh, there's some lovely fellow you bought my way, Daft.
Thought you might like to make some friends.
Oh, well, I can see you getting absolutely hammered there, my friend, which is very on brand. Oh, that's another one.
There's another one. I'm not invincible now. Oh dear.
No, I can see you, sir. Away from the grid for longer periods, like those crazy Norwegians live in the middle of nowhere. Sure, but that infrastructure can be improved.
Thanks, sir.
And as an overall use case for vehicles, that is such a narrow use case. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It's just that for 90+% of people, it's completely irrelevant.
Oh crap! Where did he come from? There's big fellas going into the Nova.
And I would say that's borne out by the fact that let's have a look. What's the latest stats?
Danger revive. Oh, damn it.
So, out of the top selling cars in Norway, which I completely agree, there are areas that are remote, the same as there are in the north of Scotland. If you live in the northeast of, the northwest of Scotland in the Highlands, there is no electric grid to plug into. There's a lot of generation. But
there we go.
Using that is a poor example for what the majority of vehicles should be, in my own opinion. Being as that 9 out of 10 of the new cars bought in Norway are battery electric vehicles. Which, not saying there's not a need elsewhere. It's like construction equipment is a very clear need. That you're going to be able to need to, because you're using vast amounts of energy at a time in an area that doesn't have infrastructure. Yep, I'm doing another round, Anks. Jump on in, bud. But even in remote communities, maybe one of the things we should be looking at is how we can improve the infrastructure. Because most people, even in remote communities, are not driving hundreds of miles a day. So if you can get electricity to their house, then can you look at improving the infrastructure to allow them to... Because the alternative, if you look at hydrogen, is you're going to have to take a tanker to those remote areas and drop a tanker's worth of hydrogen in a nearby filling station.
Surely.
Yeah.
I will be a hoe. Hey, leave some for the rest of us. Oh no, Daft and Helmut are both there. They're all dead, they just don't know it yet. But the overall solution for all these things is to improve public transit and improve network infrastructure. Because if you're serious about hydrogen being a fuel source that's going to be needed for some areas, let's make it as green as we possibly can, not let big fossil fuel companies rebrand their gas as blue hydrogen and run infrastructure like piping. But making a move towards any solution is better than what most countries are doing at the moment, which is sitting there going, oh no, this is an impossible problem to solve. Which is...
Wouldn't a hydrogen vehicle also be a bit of a ticking bomb?
Sorry?
Wouldn't a hydrogen vehicle also be a kind of ticking bomb?
Yes. Well, but that's like also, that's no more the case than it is for a petrol engine, right? It was one of the reasons it was so ridiculous when people were like, some battery cars caught fire. And you're like, there's less per capita, less fires per battery vehicle than in ICE vehicles. Because of course, a car crash happens, something's been damaged, you can try and protect the best you can, but no car is a tank, or it shouldn't be. Everyone will have a bad time if that's the case. So when fuel leaks, it will catch fire. When hydrogen leaks, it will also catch fire in some circumstances, but it doesn't mean the technology is any better or worse. Still sounds like problems can be solved. They spent billions on EV networks, they can spend billions to solve that problem. Which problem? Sorry, the hydrogen problem. I mean, the solution to that problem exists. You have to spend massive amounts of infrastructure into new tanks, new filling stations, which, you know, you can't easily convert, but you can convert. And then you're going to have to run tankers. So you're going to have drivers running tankers to every location that sells hydrogen gas. And the losses on green hydrogen are still going to be higher. It is still electric with extra steps in the greenest version of hydrogen, where you're using excess power. Whereas battery electric vehicles, with in the best case scenario, can become part of your grid to mean you don't need peaker plants, which are the plants that have to exist. You have a baseload of electricity you use, and then you use peaker plants to generate electricity for peak times that can't be met through the generation on the grid, which typically, historically, have been coal and or gas, because they can very quickly be spun up. You could remove that by having grid-scale electric storage, and you could have not completely useless grid-scale electric storage by making that your car, by having vehicle-to-grid, which has existed in Japan for decades at this point. But all the electric vehicles, I believe it's regulation required to be able to do vehicle-to-grid. But you can't beat physics, unfortunately, with hydrogen, which is you're going to have loss in the production process, and you're making it with electricity. You're still going to have loss changing the states. Like I said, miles better than ICE engines. Still has some application. I'm not saying it shouldn't exist, but the greenest version of hydrogen will still require massive infrastructure. And will require tanker deliveries, and there will be additional risk because you are transporting a highly flammable gas. The same as there are risks today. It's no different, not worse, just different to people that are transporting highly flammable petrol up and down the motorways in heavy vehicles, and the only reason you're using those heavy vehicles, which could be hydrogen powered, but the only reason they're making the journey is to supply hydrogen gas. Or you could put up some solar panels and power a car.
But It's so close.
Mark says, Flank, will your super secret project HQ have solar and or a battery-based energy management system? So I am trying currently. The problem that which will become apparent in a few weeks' time was moving quickly, so hopefully be able to announce what it is soon. The problem is the building we're in is a listed building, and it's part of an area that is not immediately accessible. So we have to work out for the solar panel side of things, we'd have to rent roof space separately because we can't just use the roof of our building and also arrange access. However, we are looking at, separately to that, putting in grid batteries as well. So buying... Oh! I've screwed this up. Yeah, I already knew I was dead there. So buying grid-connected batteries when we redo the electrics, so we can benefit from off-peak rates for renewable energy, which is about 7 pence per kilowatt hour. Charge the batteries and then try and use that for most of our power consumption during the day. So we are not contributing to peaks if we possibly can. It is easier said than done when you're in a listed building. So a listed building is a historic building that is of historic significance, so there are limits to what you're allowed to do to preserve the history of the building. And yes, makes it a lot harder to do things. Also, when it's part of a bigger complex, we don't have our own, or the first location doesn't have its own external access, because otherwise I would charge a vehicle from there that had its own access and parking, and then use the vehicle as grid storage. Oh, no, I've messed that up again. Darn.
Cleared my side again. With this crappy thing.
I've not got used to the reach range of this weapon. The real promise of like electric commercial vehicles is starting to come to fruition, but it needs the faster charging infrastructure.
Sorry to interrupt, Frank. Can we have a angst?
Yep, just grabbing angst now. There we go, Genghis Khan's himself.
To the rescue!
Ah, yes, rescue.
Let's
While he's here.
Let's not dwell on the details.
But yeah, the other problem for them is that currently there are electric vans that have a 280-mile range, but the charging infrastructure is not quite there to be able to top that up fast enough. They're not ridiculous, but it's not 5 minutes. But the biggest problem with them at the moment is they are ridiculously expensive. A Mercedes fully spec'd out will cost you £120,000.
Come on, single file. Thank you.
Which is a lot. But in like 3 years' time, you will start to see those be significantly less because you'll have a lot of vans come back off lease.
Ow, ow, ow. Oh, crap, that's not what you want. Hello.
Oh, on the way.
Behind me.
Thank you, thank you.
There you go.
You have my thanks.
Ah, it's Escape. Yep. You missed.
Can it make coffee and does it have an AI upgrade? Well, hopefully not on both fronts. Well, they has a 3-pin plug in the back of it. Where is it? Is it the Mercedes E-Sprinter?
My life is incomplete before my coffee machine can make D&D pictures for me.
There is a coffee machine that will do that for you.
Really?
There
Okay.
actually genuinely is.
Okay.
There's it's the same thing they do for printing things onto your Guinness. There's a food printer that will print things onto your coffee.
The back is...
Oh, I meant like for like the joke was like a LLM image generation, like copy AI stuff. But yeah, sure.
Yeah, that will probably also exist. Bear in mind,
Yeah,
running on stuff, and that's depressing.
Yeah.
Someone snuck up behind me, how dare they? I'm a tiny little man.
Yes, thanks.
Ow.
Hey.
But I believe if you like hydrogen stuff, of all companies, JCB are worth having a look at. Do construction equipment, but some of the stuff they've done could be applicable to cars that need that. Specifically, needs travel more than 280 miles in a day, and there's no way of getting infrastructure, so it's cheaper to send it by truck. Where is it? Is it E-Sprinter that was a really big one?
Now we can really start doing damage.
Yeah, definitely not sponsored. There is the... that's the fan I was looking at. And because I actually needs a Luton, which is like a box truck with a lift on the back. That is indeed a hack, Sponge. One of the joys of shift working, right? If you're never at home during peak times because you work unsociable hours, you could save on your electricity bill all the time. What is it?
Another wee melee.
Oh, no. What was the hydrogen? So you might have to go digging a little bit, but there is... Oh, bad words. Oh, this is a stupid place to be. Oh.
It's just me, Flanker.
I mean, you don't have to go digging for bad words. I'm sure I can rattle off a few.
No, not you, sir. I thought butter wouldn't melt. Unless you had a fireball thrown at you.
Who would do such a thing?
I think, isn't it Toyota that have only just finally done their first electric cars that are fully electric, and they've been pushing hydrogen. But I think they've got them. Is it Mirai? I have no idea how much those things cost though. But again, would absolutely take that any day over an internal combustion engine, as long as there's infrastructure in place for it. Hey, Rob.
Careful, dude.
Who's you? Cheeky little buggers.
Stop killing me, please. That would be,
Those are cheating.
yeah. Not often so much now, are you? Well, you might be though, because I've fluffed that attack 3 times. Pile of giants here. So that's the UK one. I like all these things.
What? What's the cheating? Ah, man. Flanker! Cody is being mean!
Did you deserve it though?
Got one of these again.
That was a long way of saying yes.
Right, I'm done.
Yeah, the infrastructure problem, Doc. They open hydrogen filling stations in the UK. There are now only 11 of them left, despite the government actively pushing for more filling stations, particularly for heavy vehicles. And I think.
Ow! You're really mean to me today, man. It's a tough life.
Oh, bugger, bugger. Big fella, big fella.
You need help with that one?
Yeah, probably.
Heading there.
Which?
I might have him. Yep. Ah, let's see Horde Mode.
Doctors, they push for hydrogen, or they really just push for EV? No, they're trying to persuade people to. They're trying to persuade companies to take on the infrastructure. The problem is there's fundamental problems with it. Whereas before, like the UK's electric infrastructure was so crap before, because there was a deal done between a particular brand and service stations, and no one else was allowed to put them in. And that particular brand of recharger was low power and generally pretty crap.
I mean, isn't most infrastructure historically done like largely subsidized by the government anyway?
Yeah, it has
like if
to
you
be.
want something like exactly. So it's
And like, realistically, if you the infrastructure cost for putting hydrogen in and the downsides to it is pretty significant. It's still significantly, just so it's said out loud again, significantly better than the problems that you have with fossil fuels. But you're having to put in a completely new type of infrastructure. To put electric vehicle charging in, you're having to upgrade. Still work. You're just having to upgrade existing infrastructure. So if you already have mains power, you're upgrading those lines versus having to put in net new ways of accepting fuels, because there aren't really gas. Aren't places where people can buy a fuel in a gas form at general scale, because you tend to have like bottles for camping and stuff, but that's not the same sort of infrastructure at all. I think that deal was, to be fair, Sponge, like made in good faith. The one that kind of knocked the UK back on electric vehicles for a bit, because the company was, the offer was the government didn't really have to spend a huge amount. The private company would do it. It's just the private company did a really bad job. They were probably about 5 years too early, but it's like the chicken and egg thing, right? If there's no electric filling station, electric charging points or hydrogen filling stations, then no one's going to buy the vehicle that requires those things. But if there's no one with those vehicles, then why would you build the infrastructure? And the reality is, all the time, infrastructure has to come first. But an electric car, you can put a solar panel up and charge an electric car. It is not going to be a fun time if you're waiting for that to fill your vehicle, because your vehicle has batteries that will typically be between 50 and 100 and something kilowatt hours.
Sorry to interrupt, I died in the middle, so there's a whole bunch of enemies pouring through. They're all going straight to the noble.
I think they're
Poor
coming
Nero's there alone.
I have a bomb.
They're dead.
I'll help him.
Yeah, I think a lot of the... I'll come into the middle. Oh no, I'll stay at the front because I've just got res in the front. But all these things, it's the same as like rail infrastructure in the UK. People are looking at HS2, which is unfortunately the biggest problem with HS2. The biggest problem that HS2 solves is nothing to do with how fast the trains go, or shaving time off the journey to London. That's a really shit benefit. That's not even close to why the project started. It's we have a rail corridor in the UK that is full to capacity and has been for a while, so you can't put any more trains on it, and every time there's any sort of delay for any train at all on that line, it backs up all of the other trains because there is insufficient space between trains. So we need additional lines. We would like to, you need to separate high speed off the same lines that low speed is using and that freight's using. And the actual benefit will be massively more local services, not on the HS2 line, and massively more freight that will be carried, not on the HS2 line. But no one likes infrastructure spending, and the UK did a really poor job at explaining what it was for.
Open.
Ow.
Yeah.
You're right, it would have been better, Sponge, but it was, I believe it was a
Someone
deal done
might
with
wanna
service
comment back.
station groups, because the ones that weren't affected were T-Bay, and the one that the same guys own in Gloucester, and the truck filling station all had electric chargers straight away.
Yeah, we might be done now.
Oh, yeah,
They're really pouring in from the back in middle.
working.
Jammed in? No. Jeez. Where do these enemies come from?
Like, that's the
It's open.
biggest problem with the hydrogen dock is that
Behind you.
no one wants to put their hand in their pocket for the infrastructure. I'm working on it. Oh no, I'm dead as well. Just too done to know it. Lost 3 hits. Oh, balls.
Yeah, told you. I blame someone else.
Imaflanker.
Yeah, I mean, that seems fair.
I was holding the middle until that last round when none of them came through the middle. I was bamboozled.
Unfortunately, I think the only car company that's really pushing for hydrogen is giving up on it at the moment, Doc. In terms of consumer cars, I think it's different in heavy vehicles. But Toyota was the one that was refusing to do anything but hybrids and suggested that hydrogen fuel cells were the only way forward. And they've now released electric cars that are selling quite well for them. In part because a certain alternative to taxi companies is subsidizing them.
What happened to the server? I'm getting blamed. What's happening?
It just
It's because
changed.
Demon Horde, so it keeps it all.
Don't worry about it. Just rejoin.
Oh, I did the wrong thing there.
Am I alive right now?
Oh crap! I've got a little guy on me.
Because you can't put cakes and biscuits in the same tin.
Thank
See,
you.
that was a quick one. Yeah, I'm working on it. Where are you? Come back here.
Yeah. I am literally.
You were
You
dodging.
keep running. There we go.
Yeah, I put my points to the wrong thing.
Ow, ow.
So,
Can I take skills? Yes. Okay, I'll just go for a.
How to die?
Ah! Stop that. Sorry. I was like in a void, and I was like watching you in the end, like distant names running around, and then I just got spawned in a peasant. Very tough life.
oh
Maybe
my.
you were under
Did
the
you ask
map.
permission for the peasant first? Oh,
Yeah,
balls.
no.
No. Oh, yeah.
I've noticed sometimes when you're in spectator mode, you get stuck under the map, so it all goes a bit weird.
Just you daft.
You might have been above me. I don't quite know.
Well,
What's that? Yeah.
I'm open to suggestions. Should I just keep running around in a circle until someone respawns?
Whatever you feel like doing.
I mean, you can run far down, then sprint back up again and try to res one or two.
I think I might be lagging quite a lot, 'cause my attacks don't seem to be connecting with anyone.
Yeah, mine were. Well, I was attacking, shooting properly earlier.
Or can you just not kill this guy? Oh, no, he's dead.
They have a really wonky hitbox.
Okay.
No.
We finished the.
Custard creams don't really have a strong flavour bud. So I think a lot. I think you could maybe get a Jaffa cake in the box. And yeah, that makes sense totally, Doc. I just unfortunately think the realities are for a lot of people that it won't happen. And I hope it does, but...
Okay, so you need to
Alright,
stand
yeah,
up
we
on the
need-
wagon
Yeah, there we need.
and pick up the wood also, I think.
Ooh.
Right now we just
Throwing crap.
in the circle.
Alright, last one. Alright! The smells are
Oh, no. I didn't see the vomit on the
It's
thing.
actually kind of terrifying, like, you can't see it. It's horrible. Yeah.
Oh, yep, I thought I heard stuff around me.
Oh, yeah, I'm dead.
Oh, hello. That's a few of them. Stop throwing stuff at me. Yep. Missed it. Nope. Nope, don't want to be bringing him there.
I shouldn't have gone that way.
Whoop.
Look out behind you!
Aha! Uh-oh. Hey, yep. Get away.
Just do
Oh, touchy bushy.
If we light the bonfire, not quite.
We light the fire.
no.
Oh no, Daft! You seem to have been incorporated into the.
Oh, I can move again. Yeah. Oh no, I'm dead. Oh, that was an adventure.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm just too stupid about it. There we go.
Oh,
Someone get the goblin off me.
That's a paddling.
Am I?
Ah.
I got it. Oh, wait, I'm dead.
Just great.
Dun dun dun. Oh, scheisse.
ITSDR placebo cheered X1. We didn't start the fire. It was already burning since world start turning.
Rob, we always need health. Always.
Oop.
You're not using the pan. That is probably fair.
Oop, up, no. No touchy.
I was sat in one of those cars the other day as a taxi.
You live.
Those are super comfy.
You live.
A slightly smaller version of like a RAV4 but electric. And the driver was saying it's like 300 odd miles quoted range. What? No.
Right there.
Now you need access.
Angst, you seem to have a axe embedded in the top of your head.
Yeah, I think it's Nero. I think I'm okay.
Surely not.
I think it's Cody.
I don't believe that. Nero would not do such a thing.
Whoa.
Sorry.
So I'm gonna start chopping this wood.
Kind of busy here.
Oh, sorry, Angst. Oh,
It's okay.
sorry.
Can't really. Why is it so fast?
I know, right?
Oh, dead.
Oi.
Can't deal with these shield guys.
Oh, you bastard.
God.
Ow.
Dead again.
That's a boss thing.
Try to watch your back, murder buddy.
Trapped.
Big fella behind you. Two, actually.
In the
Thanks. These goddamn shields, man. Okay.
greener transport bit in general, that's an interesting bit of news. But again, those need rolled out to be effective.
Oh, Christ, will you?
Oh, I'm dead again.
Okay.
I'm not really playing this at this point, just getting stabbed every 5 seconds of being up.
There we go.
What the heck was that? Oh, thank you, whoever revived me. I was watching the stream. Didn't realize I was alive again. Oh, and I'm dead.
That's not what that is, Doc.
Ah.
It's the kilowatts per hour.
I mean, how much do I have to revive you guys?
Right.
Henry?
Yeah, and driving less like lunatics in general. I completely agree. Is another way you can make life.
Back behind you!
Not-
Big one!
you know, I'm already dead. I'm in sick and couldn't jump out of it.
Oh, bugger. Oh, bugger. Oh. Oopsie.
really on me? Okay, me. Bastard! Ah!
Yeah, he steals your money.
No, it's like it's a big one that killed Flanker. I healed Flanker, then I jumped over the tree, and then the big one was just on me from somewhere.
Oh, I'm already dead again. What the hell?
Oh, nope. Slime. Up you go. Behind you.
I need to get. Oh, am I stuck here? Yeah. Okay.
Up you go.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
I don't
bugger,
think there's
bugger.
at this point any point in reviving you. I'm just dying straight away.
Don't know what you mean. You're a shield for the others,
Oh, that's fair.
and also points for me.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. Die, yep.
Died behind the shield.
Oh no.
Oh,
Ah,
sorry. I
got
see
a
which
couple
bit
of
you were
these
looking at. Oh, my apologies, my friend.
Got you left.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
No.
That's 300 kilometers per hour charged, I believe.
Help me.
Oh, you're all dead.
Not that, not someone's going to
My
revive
apologies.
me.
I only got to the bottom of that
Not going there, Ray.
while dead. Sorry, my friend.
Thank you.
Ah well. I did my best.
Yep.
Grab that.
Someone
next
else
chap.
up.
Dead again.
Alive again.
Oh, for God's sake.
Thank you.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Wait. Ah! Get this! God damn! Thank you.
sorry.
Oh no, I'm stuck.
Why? Why? Why?
Do you wonder? Wonder.
Yeah, though the music thing decides every so often to play the American anthem, despite the fact I was on a composer's playlist, and Bonnie Grace did not write the Star Spangled.
Jesus, so fast.
Don't think he did either.
Depends who you ask. Oh no, you don't. We will have no bows there. Oh,
I
bugger.
shouldn't be the only one left.
You are.
Only one left.
No, I
Congratulations.
refuse.
Don't bugger it up.
Jesus. You know what, screw this, I'm just gonna straight for the goddamn wood. I got it.
Oh,
Hang on,
damn it. I'll see you then.
Oh, oh.
There we go.
Nice.
Is there a shop somewhere? Is it inside the wagon? Like, not the shop, but the selling spot. Nope.
Should be somewhere up along the tracks.
There we go.
Exactly where, I'm not sure. Oh, skills.
Okay, it's if you follow the left side, you will eventually find a shrine, and underneath the shrine is the selling thing.
Things coming.
Oh, Anthony's is fine. There's... no mind. Wait. Good start. Excellent.
But yes, in general, Doc, I agree that kilometers per hour going fast is a great way to die and use excess energy. If only we had some sort of infrastructure that you could, be directed. Some sort of.
Go somewhere where you literally cannot go too fast. Interesting.
Well, we
Tell me
could
more about the system.
Is maybe because it goes so fast, you could think about building the infrastructure so that there is there's only a narrow corridor it can go down that's kind of ideally suited to going that fast. And maybe we have one professional that's doing the driving versus lots of people. Maybe some sort of metal things holding it in, maybe some sort of rail system. I'll invent that next.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone ever invented trains before, like 10 times.
No.
Yeah, you know where that? Yeah, the whole.
Ow.
Okay.
Oi! Goddamn heels!
It's just you, Grey.
Okay.
That's fine. If I can hit him, there we go. Right, bring it, you bastards.
I see you have a shiny weapon. A holy bow with something.
Or other.
Yuck.
Antioch, of course.
Oh,
So,
Good start. Just dead. Some. Sorry?
that was me. I was attacking Angst while...
yeah, I was about to say, dirty looking, I'm dead.
And you?
Bugger. And again, I'm about to die.
We had a hugely impractical hover train that was tested in the UK
crap.
in the, I think it's 70s and 80s.
Monorail.
Oh no, this was a hovercraft on rails.
Why? Oh god!
That's the right question.
I died
there's
of
a reason it
confusion.
doesn't exist today.
It sounds some like that defeats the point of rails, but
Yeah, that's the hill. Yeah, okay, what? I don't understand. Why would you make a hovercraft on rails?
It was one of
Oh,
the...
it's like reverse magnetic or something? Is that what's going on?
No, it wasn't. No, it was. I will grab one. Grab a photo of it. There was effectively a tracked hovercraft. They were trying to look at if you reduce the coefficient of friction, could you move things faster? Which you can. There are all sorts of other reasons why you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I was alive for exactly 2 seconds, which was enough to purchase a weapon and I died again.
And it's just angst.
yep, you might want to run.
Oh no!
Or not.
Oh god.
It's a tough map.
Oh crap.
That was rough. I don't know, it seems
It is a brutal
difficult. Maybe the number of players that we have was causing more enemies to spawn.
Maybe
It's
it's just
mostly that
like
it-
really tiny and you can't see anything like along a narrow path. It's just kind of the brutal map.
It's also that most of this map is just a long corridor, and the corridor itself is rather narrow. So there's not much
Yes.
of a wiggle space.
The crossroads, yeah, why not? Now I will have an amazingly stupid build.
I think I'll go for a bow.
And honestly, if your buses drive almost empty, it's probably down to the design of the network and the incentives that exist. It's like when people are like, oh, you can't possibly do cycling in cities. And the people go, oh, they do it in other countries. Like, oh, yeah, but Amsterdam was built for nothing but bikes. Yeah. Let me show you a photo from the 1970s.
It's the same they've been doing in a few cities in the US. They've been restructuring, moving, closing down roads so they can have bike paths and footpaths.
Yeah, which makes total sense if you're looking at sheer density. And
it's fairly popular. Yeah. People are against it until it's built, apparently.
Absolutely. Well, I don't know. I think that applies to all infrastructure, because you look at the Crossrail, which if you lived in the UK 10 or 15 years ago, the Crossrail was a byword for a poorly managed project that was incredibly wasteful and didn't need to happen. Crossrail now is the most successful rail project in the UK, and is single-handedly increased the ridership of trains as a mode of transport. It is the most used line in the UK for rail travel. And everyone's forgotten about how crap it was a few months ago because they got something else to whine about instead, which currently is HS2.
It's almost like people are just averse to change.
Indeed.
My dad is convinced that the car infrastructure in Copenhagen is made literally only to annoy drivers so they don't enter the city.
I mean, there are examples of that, and it's not a bad policy decision. It's
what do you mean?
Well, so if you drive in the UK, I would say Oxford and Bath are both cities that are almost designed to make you not want to take a car in. If you say, oh, do you fancy going to Bath to meet up? Virtually no one that has been in a car in Bath before will go, oh, I could drive there. Because they're, for structural reasons as well. It's that it is a small city. It is not generally a good idea to drive there. There are limited car parking spaces. Not impossible to drive there and get a car in, but it's just very painful when there is a train that virtually anywhere else getting to Bath by train is a better option.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. For me, it's more like, it's like when we drive down some road, he says like, well, this sign that points to the right now is literally just made to make driving impossible in here. So I don't use it. That's the level of,
Bitterness is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, I don't want, The
thing is that the better you make the other infrastructure, the less people want to use the roads, and cars are a massively inefficient way to use the roads. Like, if you want to cut down on traffic in the city, you want buses. And if you really want to cut down, you want buses with bus lanes. And if you really, really want to cut down on it, then you want a light rail system. And if you really want to cut down on it, then a heavy rail system. Like that's because not very many people would volunteer to go driving in New York or London. They'd make no sense to go driving in unless you absolutely have to. Because public transit is very good. And the buses are not empty because they are reliable, because they're putting more and more bus lanes in. And those bus lanes are not shared with main traffic. And it's like when you look at failed rail projects or light rail projects, they're almost always because they're sharing the road. They put a tram in the road and then go, why is no one using the tram? Well, did you do a dedicated lane for it? Oh, no. No, we didn't do that. We didn't want to remove the use of the road for cars. So what you've just invented is a bus that can only go down one lane of this road and has no priority at signals or on the road, and you're wondering why, when it is slower than the car, people still keep using the car. Have a look at Toronto's. Is it Toronto's infrastructure? Their transit. They've literally just run the transit down a road, and there's no priority lanes. and they won't remove cars because it will. They're arguing that it makes the road less accessible, and the stations in a lot of Toronto are in the middle of the friggin' road with no protection. So you have to stand on a bus stop at the side of the road or a tram stop, wait for the tram to come up, then the cars are meant to stop when a tram stops. They do not. So you then have to go across a lane of traffic, and when you're getting off the tram, you also have to step into a lane of traffic and hope that the cars are paying attention.
Oh,
And then they're like, well, these trams don't work at all. You're like, you've literally done everything you could to make this unsuccessful. And if you haven't, you are terrible at this job. Like, it's the reason the tube is so successful, whether you love it or loathe it, is that it is separated from everything else. So traffic up on the surface has zero impact on the tube.
Finally. The makeshift boy is so bad.
Yep.
Right.
Where'd that crap go? Oh, there he is. Heading towards Henwood.
Where? I don't see anyone.
The problem with buses, if they're being terrible, is that they're driving on roads and they're not being given any sort of priority, or they're not regular enough. And it's a lot easier to offer a regular service on rails than it is in a bus.
Yeah, we do have like some amazing bus lanes, like along certain roads in Copenhagen.
Yeah, we have
sort of the
like
weaving
around
and
Oslo
out.
too.
Yeah, so like they get to weave it out of regular traffic where they need to go, and then just enter that lane and just ride that.
Yeah, if your bus lanes can bypass significant amounts of traffic in big cities, then the bus suddenly makes way more sense. And if they are constant and reliable, but ideally when you get to the stage that you're because for a public transit system, they're doing it in South Wales at the moment. They are something called the South Wales Metro Project, which is not really a metro and doesn't really cover all of South Wales. But apart from that, it's they're electrifying all of the old, or a lot of the areas in the valleys lines, and then putting very significantly more frequency on them all. And they're having to use 3 different train types. One is triple powered, one's dual powered, and one's just electric. But the idea is that if you build a public transit system, if you have to go to a train station, like when's the next train? Oh, it's half an hour. No one's using that for work, unless you're traveling very long distances. When you don't have to look it up, like in London, if you go to the tube, no one's looking at when the next tube is to where you're going, because it will be either in 2 or 3 minutes. You don't need to look. If you're really unlucky and you're at one end of the line, it might be 10. So I think Pontypridd to Cardiff is going to be every 3 minutes when it's finished its full capacity.
Sneaky bugger. Sneaky ninja!
Even the buses are more regular and free of charge, you'd hardly take them because they don't go where you want to go. I would cite Scotland as a good example of how, if you replan the buses and think about them as part of overall transit, people will use them. Because one of the complaints in Scotland at the moment, which I think is kind of funny, where I currently live in Wales, is they've made, so in the UK you get bus passes for elderly people, so it's free transit support, and I think it's actually now up to over 50s, and I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's heavily discounted or free trains as well off peak. They've got rid of peak and off peak trains completely, so all trains will be charged the off peak fare in Scotland, and they've made buses free for under 18s. The biggest complaint: too many people are using the buses and they're all crowded now and it's full of young people. Well.
The youths.
Youths indeed. but cities that have done buses really well, the locals love the buses. Cities that have done them pretty well, locals think that buses are... They probably think buses are fairly terrible, but people that have come from anywhere else go, this is amazing! So, if you've lived in Edinburgh or London in the UK, buses have been ruined for you. Because there are so many 24/7 buses that run in really useful places, and there's also the tram, which does...
Yeah, I used to live in a place where there's one bus to the city each day.
And like, if you lived in...
And one bus back. So if you missed that, you were buggered.
Yeah, and like there's Park and Ride. I was in Swindon this weekend, which is one of the most annoying places in the UK because it's got a lot going for it and they still manage to screw it up constantly. But they almost finished a plan that they started 24 years ago to put in a bus boulevard in the town centre.
So they cut through the red tape.
Eventually, it's apparently opening next month. But like Swindon has done so many stupid things. But if you were travelling from outside Swindon to Swindon, which a lot of people had to do for like college, university, those bus services are not frequent enough. But also they built park and rides in the north, and I think they built one in the south of the city as well, of Piper's Way, and I can't remember the one the north's next to. But they built these park and rides, and like, everyone will use these, and then they ran one bus. There was a stopping service in and out. I think it was every half hour to an hour. And then stopped running those buses at 6:30. If you work in the town centre, there's a good chance your shop is open till 8. You could work in an office. So, of course, no fucking person used it. And then they closed it down, citing lack of usage. And it wasn't lack of demand. It was that the incentives are all wrong, and you need to run the bus fast with no stops to the park and ride. And you need to run it until midnight.
There are people that are coming in from the other side. I thought you had them, Blanker. Why weren't you protecting me?
Hang on. Oh, are we protecting you soon, my lord? Oh. Oh, that's inconsiderate. I've changed my mind about this protecting thing. It seems dangerous. Oh, balls.
I'm throwing as fast as I can.
Robert says in my area they also tried night trains. Their definition: one train leaving the station at midnight on a Friday once a month.
Oh, bugger.
People don't want night trains, was their conclusion. Exactly that. So, if you go into the centre of Cardiff when there's an event on, when the event finishes, there are literally thousands of people leave a stadium, go across the road, and get on a train. And it's well managed. There's always going to be a queue with that many people leaving. But a train can take away from the city centre, I think the new trains are 800 people per train. And they put on extra trains to these events. But then on a typical Friday and Saturday night, I think the last train to London is something ridiculous, like 9:30. What are you even doing?
Oh, I'm still alive. Excellent.
You did die a couple of times, I think.
How dare you? I expected you to protect me, Daft.
Oh, I was
What's that
trying,
about?
and then I had to go elsewhere to fight the enemies, and when I came back, you were dead. Sorry.
You discovered it was really dangerous protecting you and opted out?
This is not a subscription service.
No. But you know what it is? OnlyFlanks at onlyflanks.com.
I want to try something. So my thing is still up. Yeah, okay. What if I go over here and do like...
I think someone's... Oh, no, they're not. Hey. How dare you mistake me for the enemy?
I'm terribly sorry, sir. It was the fact that you were wearing the exact same thing as the enemy.
I failed to see your point.
Well, I failed to see you weren't the enemy, so I think we're equal, sir. Oh, and here's my point.
Oh, will you just die? Thank you. How dare you throw stuff at me? I'm the tosser here.
Damn it!
On the way.
Oh, just...
Almost as if somebody warned me that falling hurts.
I know, right?
Weird that.
Oh, it looks like Daft's taken someone roughly from behind over there. The giant was no challenge.
Actually, it was 3 giants.
Oh,
I killed one.
sharing the
Quite a bit
love.
of
Good job.
Cometh thee at me. Pelek.
They seem to be coming from Henwood's direction.
Yeah, also only so much I can aim at when there's only red dots in the air
Yeah, I was
and
gonna say,
grey
there's
otherwise.
nothing but
Some company here. Oh, hello. A bit of company, actually. Oh,
leave angst alone. Oh,
God damn. Horde, I'm trying to do science here.
What are we sciencing?
2 is the answer.
Why isn't this working now?
haha.
Are ballistas on cooldown? I guess they are. Okay.
Yeah, they recharge.
Like after they've been destroyed or whatever, they cool down?
No, you might just not have enough supplies. They,
Oh, definitely do.
You should allow.
And it's like green.
It used to allow you to build them.
Oh yeah, those aren't.
Click them. Why didn't it click before? Okay, let's try this again. I need one over here.
I
Click.
love this particular construction. This is spectacular.
If your plan is to stand in the middle there, no. You'll discover why.
No, I'm just like trying to figure out because I never actually dealt with toolboxes before.
See this point?
There we go. Okay, I got that. So now we do. Cannot build here. What are you talking about?
Oh. Oh, bugger. Where'd that go? Ah. I wasted money on a throwing axe that fell on the ground. Oh well. Ow!
You being picked on there?
Yeah, he threw an axe at me. I mean, how bloody dare.
His defences weren't ready yet. Rude.
Ow. Oh, yep, there we go.
I don't know.
One health when that hits me.
Oh, no.
It's like a screen outline this ballista, but I keep placing it, it doesn't go down. It's annoying.
Sorry, sir. Ah, I see what you're doing, guys.
Why can I not place you?
Thank you. Oh. A giant.
Oh, I took a stunt out of these if Nero hits me.
There we go.
Oh yeah, there's a throwing axe there, if you want it.
Aha.
Uh-oh.
Ow. Okay, you got it.
Oh, big fella. There you go, Flanker.
You don't want to hit
I
me with
messed up.
this?
Oh, yeah. Damn it.
I guess it depends on the enemy. So sure, it can one-shot the weak ones.
The regular knights aren't one hit, which is not good.
Maybe if you get a headshot.
Oh, good point.
Oh no.
I'm not cheesing, you're cheesing.
One of them just look out, sir. That axe from hitting that guy. How very rude. Oh. Oh, good duck.
Bad goose. Murder buddy, help!
Oh. He's dead.
And trick shot. Oh, okay, never mind. Oh fuck.
Random level.
He bloody arrow corned me. What a bastard.
I feel like being extremely helpful.
Here's a random question for chat. Is anyone here familiar with creating Matterport scans? That is a super niche question.
What is Matterport? I've not heard of that before.
What's the matter with you?
It is the if you go and look at houses online and you get a 3D tour of the house you're looking at, that's a Matterport scan, or Matterport are one of the companies that do those scans.
Oh, okay.
So they also how a lot of companies will show the inside of their store on Google Street View. So part of the project I'm working on, I am doing a Matterport scan of somewhere tomorrow, which I have a less than optimum amount of experience in doing.
I hate. Oh god.
Dark mass portals? Yes, you make them at least once a month. I mean... reasonable.
Limit on how
How
many
did you get
bear
that,
traps.
Yellows, watch out, great. Dark.
Oh dear. Yeah, I forgot my invincibility in the last couple of seconds.
There's a limit to the amount of bear traps.
They were fast. Ooh.
Oh, what? Oh, I'm dead. Darn.
Again, bows are cheating. Damn it.
Oh crap.
Well, the other thing I'm learning about in the background today is using producing spin photography, which is the photos where you can look around a product.
Ow.
What the heck? Oh man.
He is
Well, I mean,
dead.
we sucked, so there's...
I did nothing in this game, basically. I was just
yourself.
like playing with wood. That was all I did.
I had no idea I was even looking at the health of Noble. That took me by surprise.
What's the next game on the menu?
I don't know. Sorry, I have been multitasking. What was people voting? What were people voting for? We have votes for Broken Arrow and Bar. Other than this, so they want ice cream. Well, I want sushi, so swap. What? Dog! Rude! Have you bought any for the rest of us to share? You can post it, it'll be fine, I'm sure.
Speaking of ice cream, we need to restock our dedicated ice cream freezer. It's barely full.
Angst, are you okay?
Musical violence!
Done it again. Put stuff into the wrong thing.
Yeah, something weird like...
I want some ice cream now, Doc. Very rude.
shoot! Oh, fury!
Well, unfortunately, I am currently on a health kick, so I couldn't have any ice cream anyway. Even if I were to go to Denmark.
You bastard.
No, no, okay.
ITSDR
So it's still my
placebo cheered
power.
X1. What did the Dane say to the Swede in the Norwegian? No one knows, cause no one can understand that potato talk.
Yeah, look, this whole Nira thing, okay? Nira has been yelling at, like, calling me a Swede 1,000 times or something. Like, over assorted places. She's been calling me a Swede, which is honestly the only joke which is kind of hurtful. I can live with Swedes like making fun of my language and stuff, but dudes saying to Zealanders that you are basically Swedish. That's rough, man. Like that's just really rough. And then she was born in goddamn Zealand. Are you kidding me? Like the whole time.
Well played, Cody.
I am dead and destroyed. Sadly, it's just. Oh god.
I was just looking up. The last time I looked at my the viewership figures for this stream, the majority of viewers came from either Denmark, Sweden, or Norway.
Oh, chat must be interesting then. Yeah, I mean I know it is, but yeah.
Clearly, the logical thing to do, Flanker, is to rebrand yourself as a new Scandinavian persona who tap into the market.
Yeah.
Work on your accent, I think. And,
Rabok says Denmark's a flatter copy of the Netherlands. Wow, this is getting hurtful in chat.
Getting deeply personal.
Yeah, like Denmark is like one of the funniest things that you do as a Dane is just like send a picture of like our tallest point to like anyone, like if you have a foreign
I
friend.
think I've seen this.
Yeah, it's like
It's like a random farm somewhere. This is like a barn.
it looks like just a flat forest. Like it's yeah, it's not particularly impressive. Mountains. We also have a place like apparently that wasn't the tallest. I thought that was it, but like one of our tallest places is called Sky Mountain, and it's kind of just like a hill.
It will be, I guess.
Yeah, Himmelbjerg, yeah. Sky Mountain. Like there's like a sky as in like heaven mountain, you know.
Yeah.
It's like very dramatic, and it's. I mean, that's actually an ice cream shop. Now you're like talking about that on top of it. I think.
I mean, technically, it's more of a pimple than anything else.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I heard of.
Sorry, I wanted to see it's 482 feet above sea level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah, I heard about two Americans who heard about the great skiing conditions in the north.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I know about that.
Silly bastards travel to Denmark.
Yeah.
So as a comparator, I think Caerphilly Mountain, which has a snack bar on top that you can walk up, and then there's actually a main road that goes up the mountain, is 889 feet high. Which, by the way, was my hard lesson learning again of not following Google Maps. Because I decided to go for a walk, and I walked up the Taff Trail to Caerphilly, which is a beautiful walk. Walk all the way. I walked all the way from Cardiff Bay all the way out to Caerphilly along the Taff Trail.
Hang on.
I then
You killed Murder Buddy.
looked at the best way of getting back to Cardiff and followed
buddy,
Google
there.
Maps, which took me up the side of a mountain on a golf course up a stream. I was knackered when I got back. So-
Oh, hi, fellas. Oh, I need more ammo for that.
Dead.
Oh,
Maybe I should pay attention to the game. I don't know though.
I don't know. Do any of us really join this stream for the gameplay?
I joined to talk about how silly Denmark is. That's basically my whole purpose being here.
I've just checked Caerphilly snack bar that you can get someone to bring you stuff from the top of the mountain on Uber Eats. I mean, I really hope they have a car, because if they're doing that on a bike, that's a dick move. That's Oh.
Yeah, that sounds like a go on. It's just a wee little jaunt.
I should really get myself a better weapon. Or a weapon.
Speaking of better weapons, I've opened 7 chests and I've gotten all the wooden instruments.
what was that? Sorry, Henwood? You got all something.
A hoe, a rake, the pitchfork. Now it's the wooden paddle.
All right, you're getting the whole
It's
range.
almost like the game's trying to tell me something.
Yeah.
You're a farmer, Henwed.
Well, I spent all my 2,000 gold on two chests and got a buckler and an S-stock. Pro gamer moves right here.
I'm actually doing fairly well up here.
Cody is shooting at me again. Yeah,
I saw nothing.
hope so.
Yeah, the famous thing for the snack bar on Caerphilly Mountain is the Mountain Monster Burger, which is 3 burgers, bacon, mushrooms, onions, and cheese in a bath. Which I suppose if you climb to the top of the mountain to get it, you probably deserve the calories.
Sounds like heart attack in a meat package.
Yes. Dead.
Nobody's gonna be in hot waters really soon.
In where?
In hot waters.
Oh.
No, I don't want to
That
get
you're gonna be in.
my head. I want to get flanker out.
Why?
I had the same question.
Maybe I like that arrow in my chest.
Yeah, okay, I'm not hitting anything there.
Damn it, I hit left.
I'll let you get this one out.
I won't. DD.
Oh, is this a javelin that's embedded through me? Oh,
A little bit. It's okay.
um,
It'll be fine.
I don't know. I don't have health insurance.
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, they can't come after you after you're dead. Just your family.
Lovely.
Ah, oh.
Don't worry, it's not that humanly made in the medieval period.
You bastards.
You have value as a person working in the field, so the medicine's terrible because the passes are worst, but it is free because you need to get back into that field and stop complaining about the javelin.
Oh, yeah.
You're already taking your sick day, Stan.
Sick days are only accepted of plague.
Well, that's fair enough.
Like, I can't, like, just give you days off every time you get a javelin in your chest. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
How inconsiderate. Will you not think about the shareholders?
Yeah. Like, I have a business to run.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
You need to find someone to replace your...
Yeah, can you get someone else to cover your shift now you're dead?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there are profit margins to consider, you know.
Right.
That's a good point.
No, the good
Sorry,
point
I'll
was the
correct
one
you
that's through your chest that you're not recycling. You
Yeah.
won't even remove it from your own chest because you'll bleed. I mean, come on, man. That could be used productively for something else. We could sell it.
Also, think of all the iron in the blood that you're leaking.
Yeah. Someone has to clean that blood up. And if you survive, it will be you. But think of future you.
That's basically armor.
Yay, capitalism.
Why is everyone dead?
Well, it was the guys in the next town over that keep trying to come here because there's a war going on. And if you won't believe it's them, it's it's other peasants that are having days off because they've been hit by arrows. That's the reason everyone's dead. Coming over here using your arrows. We'd be able to provide healthcare for everyone if everyone didn't keep getting hit by arrows. It's the really poor peasants you want to blame. Stop looking at the lords. Eyes away. Eyes away. Don't look at the lords. No, it's a really hard job having all this. Stop looking at the lords. It's the other peasants. Look at the peasants over here. They're definitely the cause of waste and abuse. As in, if you don't get over there, you're a waste, and I'll give you some abuse. Come on. Oh, it's had an update. I will have a look.
Okay, I might be a little dead here. Not yet.
No, you can't. Someone else took the spot on the road for being dead. I'll have to deny Darth's death and bring him back as a zombie. But I have to get the necromancer. We're going to charge you for it.
It's like, hey, you're alive. What? What happened? Well, you're alive now. We call necromancer. Also, you owe us 2,000 billion, whatever.
Yeah.
Something. Here's. I just wrote a number here.
Oh.
I mean, stop running away from the nice.
That's good that it's getting so many bug fixes, Doc.
Bug fixes the size of a 2.5 gig. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the entire code base would be that large.
Right. We thought about fixing it to make it look really convincing when fixing it. What we've done instead is upload a 4K picture of one of our developers looking really angry. Because we told him he had to commit some code today or we'd fire him.
Oh god, didn't the UK just get like a that identity when you buy online or whatever?
Oh, yeah, for particular services. And thankfully no one in the UK has heard of a VPN, so it's definitely effective.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just...
It's not for buying online in general, it's for content that
it's
is
for
rated...
specific services, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I just don't know that personally. I don't want to send my passport to any shop, really.
No,
So-
you don't need to. That's not what this
Yeah,
is.
that's good.
However, if you
No,
were
but
going to
I
send
can-
your passport, I mean... So I actually... Oh, sugar. I was actually going to try and sort out today my provisional driving licence. Because I hadn't used it, so it had expired. There is a really good system for signing up for a government account in the UK that would make far more sense to use if you wanted to prove your identity. Because you can verify your identity with that account. Because you need to use government services. The Government One account or something. But use your passport and use the biometrics and compares a live scan of your face where it's flashing your phone screen different colours. Combined with LiDAR to tell if you're the same person and confirm all that. I have no problem with confirming my identity for some things with government doing it. I have a very significant problem when they're like, just subcontract it out to someone. Companies have never been known to do things at the lowest cost or, worry about security after a breach. That's never happened before.
I also want to be clear here. I'm not talking about a passport specifically. It's just I don't really want. Yeah.
No, you don't want retailers to have to pull any identity documents, and also there's no freaking reason they would need to.
Yeah.
Like the regulation they're putting it in is for 18 plus content, let's say.
I know.
But it's such a stupid piece of regulation from beginning to end because it's private companies that are going to have to process this. There's only one or two private providers, and you're realistically, I don't think it's going to take very long before they have a breach.
Yeah.
Because if you put a huge amount of data in one place, that is super useful. And it's more also, I worked on a secure payment system not that long ago. It was a little while ago now, but it was about securing online transactions. And one of the banks came to us and went, okay, so what we'll do is you enter it in plain text and then we'll encrypt it as it hits our server. Like, no, that's not how security works. You're sending it in plain text across the internet and then you'll encrypt it on your servers. That means that it's in plain text on the internet. You need to encrypt it.
Yeah.
Like, the box needs to be encrypted as it is for payment processors today, thankfully. It needs to be encrypted from the window that you actually see is a payment processor who has it encrypted, but the merchant can't see any of the details in it.
It cost me, bro.
Well, like the US were behind on cards for years because it was going to be expensive for merchants to implement a secure solution. And then Target happened, and then suddenly they're like, oh, yeah,
we can't have that, Think about paying the costs of your business.
right.
Yeah, what's that about? I want to do business, but I don't want to pay for it. So.
Because all of the so there's so many examples of corporate breaches that have just been things that have been perfectly legal, or perfectly by the rules-ish, but the rules made no sense.
What is it? Yeah, sorry.
In the Netherlands, says Rebel, some services confirmed with your bank accounts, you use your bank cards and they authorize who you say you are. Yeah, So that's slightly different. That's the equivalent of KYC, which is a globally required verification that banks need to know who they're dealing with and you're not laundering money. So if you already have a bank account, it's really easy. And some banks will just believe
away from
you.
him, Max. Lead him back into the fire.
Oh, that's what you meant by before. Okay. Actually, I can probably revive someone here. I don't know who it is. I'm a good person.
I see the dove
Oh, yeah, but-
today, crushing realization.
Thank you, dear. I didn't deserve that. It's the Teleman fault for doing a flying kick
I
or
probably could have
two.
revived Flanker.
Yeah, but we'll say Flanker, like, yeah, part of this is also, like, on me. Like, I just, like, heard a lot of arguments about this, and I presumed that the legislation was broader.
No.
As who is required to do this, because, like, it's like when you go to a liquor store, and it's not, but, you know, it's like when you go to a liquor store, they also check your ID there. It's like, oh, so it's like so it's a general merchant thing for safety reasons. But I guess wasn't.
It is not currently, and
Yeah.
there are also there's already services that couriers provide. So if you're ordering things online that you are age gated, you're meant to either prove your age online before they allow you to do it, or a courier will turn up and won't give you the parcel unless you can prove you're of the age that's required.
yeah,
They
listen,
can
I'm
do
used to that
KYC
too,
requests
but-
at any point, Cabot. They're meant to, they're legally required to. Not just when you set up an account, but also if accounts haven't had KYC, which is like, I'm all for KYC, and which is know your customer. As long as there is a affordable/free way for you to prove your identity. Because not everyone has a passport, not everyone has a driving license. And there are additional rules about transactions over a certain amount. Oh, and Rabbo, it probably helps to know, 3 of the largest European payment processors, I worked on the projects on getting KYC working and what that looks like. They will ask you for a lot of information. They need not only your identity document, but they also need a proof of, or typically KYC is proof of address.
Oh, I think that's a big guy. I'm dead. I'm so
and
dead.
proof
Ow.
of bills recently. And if you can't provide those things, they can kick you off platforms if you have unexplained income. That's separate to KYC. So they might, your financial institution might call that KYC. It's not. It's because tax laws in the jurisdiction you're in mean they have to be able to determine that you are not using the account for money laundering. So in the UK, there's separate money laundering regulations.
Might have hit
I
you
was
back.
dying by a big guy. Oh, I got it, I guess.
And part of that's because it was super easy to launder money, really. Banks didn't ask too many questions as long as you kept the amounts under a certain amount. They don't have to prove anything to restrict you. That's also part of the point. Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. They don't. You are, which is why we need constantly improving legislation. Banks can just decide without any form of anything. They just don't want you as a customer unless there are protections. So one of the things the UK did was institute something called a basic bank account. There are very much rules on what they can and can't ask you for. You can refuse. You're not legally obliged to provide any of it. KYC is very specific. But if they just don't want you as a customer, unless your jurisdiction has something like the rules about not being allowed to debank people.
Oh, bugger. I'm still alive. I liveth. Oh, bugger.
Not for long by the sound of it.
Fire. Yeah, I was waiting for that single shot.
Stop dying.
Yeah, that's not KYC at that point, Rebel. KYC is just the verifying your identity and assess the risk associated with you. So if they can get in trouble if you've basically put money in that you cannot account for.
my God, no,
out of curiosity, do you have anything other than shield?
Yes, a helmet.
No, I've not had a weapon this run. Seeing how far I can get with just my fisticuffs. I have fully upgraded the single-handed strike, I think it is, which seems to help.
It's still with weapons, though.
But yeah, it's why you need, Rebel, I agree with you, you need better regulation of banks and fiscal institutions. So you mean they can't just kick you off their platform. And the reason so many banks have got uppity recently about asking for a lot more information is mainly because a lot of them were slapped with fairly large fines because they were effectively ignoring, at best, ignoring money laundering. At worst, actively encouraging it, allegedly. So, any financial tool.
Noble has 4 health. That
Yep.
seems sustainable.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we were trying to. I was screaming about it, but they have to pretty much cover this. Basically, just Cody and me. Just yeah.
Hey, I've
Alright.
been providing heavy support up from my tower.
I have not received a single weapon out of these chests.
Yep, absolutely, Rabbi. And also, I would say that the Netherlands is also famous throughout the rest of Europe for being the. If you combine the Netherlands and Ireland together as your head offices, even if you do literally zero business there, it's a great way to avoid paying any tax legally. Because the Netherlands does things like export coffee, which there's vast amounts of coffee grown in. Oh no, hang on, that's weird. So why does Starbucks buy all its
Noble,
coffee
we need
from
to-
there? Yep, on the way back to the Noble now.
Yeah, I'm already laying down fire support.
I'm doing what I can. Yeah. Maybe I should not have gone all javelins.
And
Oh,
then just
God.
running
Oh,
through
fine.
fire. Yeah.
Go away!
Never!
Free.
What up? Survive that. Oh, I didn't.
Yep.
Falling hurts.
Ah, okay. Heroic attack from
Oh,
above!
giant on the Noble, damn it!
I didn't survive that fall.
2 giants on the Noble.
Oh,
1 hit and he's out.
I'm working on it. Oh, I'm dead. Never mind. Yeah, and it's stuff like that that the fact that companies can legally. Yeah, he's dead.
Tried.
Just decide not to pay tax. If you are very rich, tax is entirely optional, which is why you should put tax on assets. But no one with money likes that idea.
People with money plan to fund revoltations.
And then you can tell people that are sponsored by people with money by the inheritance tax being called a death tax, and that.
Oh my God!
Think
This,
of the poor
yeah, okay.
pensioners that that won't be able to survive if you start taxing them on the value of their mansion.
It just sounds like, but to be fair, like it's excellent spin just to call it a death tax.
Oh,
Like it's
absolutely.
just
You're
that's just how you
depriving all of
no
these
one to
families.
support it.
And the thing is
Oh
that
my God.
they do that, but they're also hoping you won't look, because in the background, that doesn't affect them either. They've already set up a foundation or a trust that completely ignores most of the taxes that are aimed at stopping the very wealthy from just handing over unlimited money with no taxation. It is a very dumb system where, and they've closed some of the loopholes in the UK, but tax is, if you're in tech, tax is almost entirely optional. I chose to pay my full taxes, and I chose to pay myself PAYE, which means you pay the same as anyone else that has a job. It is seriously tax inefficient for me. But I kind of think there's a moral duty to pay taxes if you want to have public services.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing because like it's a regular position in Denmark, like you're part of middle class. Like not everyone has it like that, but there's a lot of people that actually kind of just like paying taxes. Like,
Yeah.
kind of, you know, because they understand why. Like they think it's annoying, you know, that, but they get why it's there, you know. And it's like,
Well, my thoughts have always been, even if I run a capitalist company, I can't run my company if there are no friggin' roads. If I have a health problem, I'm not going to have that resolved if there are no nurses and doctors. I want other people that can't work to be well looked after. That money doesn't come from nowhere, so you have to actually just pay your taxes. But like,
I made it on my own. Nobody helped me.
which is always such bull, right?
like roads.
Because like,
yeah,
no
exactly.
one did. Literally no one. There's like, that's not to say people that have been successful haven't done lots of hard work.
Yeah.
But the guy that empties my bin does lots of hard work as well. That doesn't mean that, there are lots of people that work very hard. Hard work does not mean that you have the opportunities to make millions. And the richer that you are, the luckier you get, because you're in places with people who have money to spend on different services, or even just if your parents have secure enough jobs that you can afford to go to university, or you can afford to kind of do self-improve. Like, if the wolf is at the door and you can't afford to literally eat or heat your home, you're not going off to go and start a new company from scratch. And if you have nothing to fall back on, you can't do it either.
One more thing. Sorry.
No, after you, sir.
I was something about like, and I don't know a lot about this, and you may correct me. If you are in a certain level of income, basically, like if your assets are big enough, you can basically just like kind of keep them and run. Basically, just start businesses at the investment at the back of that, without really needing to earn that much. If you just like keep failing, then it doesn't really matter that much. And it's like very loose.
I think it depends massively. So, it depends on jurisdiction. So, if you run a company that does a useful thing, or is a profitable company, you can start your company as a limited liability company, which is, so in the UK, that's what we have. There's also limited liability partnerships. Those basically mean you limit your liability to the amount of capital you've put in. But the company is a legally distinct person from you. So to get limited liability, you have to jump through certain hoops. Like, you have to provide your accounts. It's not just a one-way street of like, you get to not have any liability. And unfortunately, if you're a small company doing that, they will probably ask you for a personal guarantee anyway. So the limited company is actually not worth a huge amount. Because they're like, oh yeah, that's cool. You're signing up a new company and you want us to give you money. That's cool. You can guarantee that yourself, right? And then when you go and lease an office or lease a shop, depending on what you're doing, they'll also ask you for a personal guarantee that pierces the company. It says, well, if the company goes bust, you'll pay it personally, right? Which kind of gets rid of the point of limited companies. But I can understand why people do it, because when you get to a certain stage of company, you are effectively, if you go bust, it's someone else's problem, not yours. So you can do something called a pre-packed administration, so you can sell yourself to yourself and get rid of lots of agreements, is how it tends to play out. They're starting to tighten those rules up as well. But Yeah, if you look up pre-pack administration in the UK, lots of companies used it. Lots of large companies used it to shed debts and leases and contracts they didn't want to have anymore, and then keep the company running, which is kind of what it's intended for. It's meant that the whole company doesn't just go bust and disappear, but they were using it in a particularly sketchy way.
Yeah, what I'm talking about is something different than I believe. Than it's like 4 or 5 months ago that I thought about this. It has something to do with the discussion of like, it's still interesting. So I still want to hear the whole thing that you're talking about. It was about the liquidity of money right now and the flow's assets. Not flowed assets, but like people's assets contra the how much money was actually moving about in the economy, and like the scale between. Was it actually just because it always since the 80s? I think it was since the 80s. Like the degree of money that just doesn't move really has just been insanely low. But it doesn't mean that people don't invest in stuff. But you know, if you have like a huge amount of assets in your name, then you can basically write that out while not have the money itself flow. There was something about that, but yeah, it's very loose, and I don't remember it so well. Maybe that's specifically what you're talking about. It's like what is it, limited asset? What it was called actually, I forgot. But that was not the same thing I read about.
No, that's not. Organised bankruptcy on spending employees in the assets and different holdings, something like that. Typically, it's used to the pre-pack I was talking about. Rebel is used by retailers to like get out of their leases or to threaten landlords. So retail is not doing great, and also our tax system makes it harder for retail in general. So what you would do is, rather than the whole company going under, they go in and here you go. I'll put a Begley's trainer. That'll do. There you go. There's the official word on it. It's from the Gazette. So the idea is that the business can keep trading, and it can get rid of some areas or get out of some agreements, and then effectively be bought. But too often it's just bought by the same people that owned it before. But the idea was to protect jobs, and the reality is it's
doesn't sound
it's done that. It is cost jobs, and in some cases, because those jobs needed to go for the company to be successful, that doesn't mean it's any easier for any of the parties involved.
Okay, so what does buying your own company here completely mean? Does it mean like founding a new company, then buying up the old assets? Because okay.
So your company is losing money, and to protect itself, it puts it into a pre-pack administration where it agrees what's going to happen on the other side of it, and who the ownership will be at the other side of it. So the company is effectively sold, but often it is sold to the same people that owned the company in the first place. So the company goes bust, gets rid of all the contracts, leaves the profitable stuff, gets rid of a load of debt, and then the business is then effectively put up for sale and then bought, but in too many instances it's not bought by a third party that's taking it on. It's bought by the company that put the other company into pre-pack administration in the first place. Because a lot of companies...
You say the idea was to save workers?
The idea was in a lot of cases to save jobs. Because if the whole company, if the only option is complete bankruptcy, very few companies come out of a complete bankruptcy. So at the point, if you are declared insolvent, and I'm massively oversimplifying here, But if you're declared insolvent, you no longer get to run your company. So if you don't have enough assets to continue your business, you'll be declared insolvent. At the point of insolvency, then administrators are appointed to run the company. And in theory, and they have a legal duty to try and save the company. But their first duty is to recover as much money as possible for the people that the company owes money to. So at that point, almost always, they just sell off all the stock, asset strip it, and sell it for parts. They'll try and sell parts to companies as a going concern, but very often there aren't buyers for that company, so the jobs just disappear. So examples of that would include like Woolworths in the UK, went through that process. Borders Books went through that process. Paperchase went through that process. There's lots of companies that kind of just died in bankruptcy. So the pre-pack administration allows you to come to agreements with your creditors without someone else taking it over. And then you effectively get to buy your company back out of it again. So you get to shed the responsibilities, a bit like Chapter 11 bankruptcy in the US.
I don't like it. I understand that's like, so if it's just like, then there's like honestly then I just become a capitalist and then understand that there may be situations where you need some service to be done, but it's not viable or whatever. But like if a company fails, then that's the whole point of it, like the whole mechanic of a market, you know. So it's like getting to get out of that and keep it under the same people who it failed under. I'm not a big fan of that.
No, you're right, but you have to bear in mind also, like, playing devil's advocate here, because I think it's a scummy way of doing business too. But playing devil's advocate here, the market is not perfect, nor is it perfectly regulated, which whenever people talk about free market capitalism, that isn't a thing. Capitalism needs to be very regulated. No, but it needs to be crazy regulated, because if it's not, like, the end state of capitalism is slavery again.
It's bad. I'm completely with you there. It's just like when I see like someone who failed at their business get out of that situation by buying it back or something. They are not usually proponents of, like, that's an expression of poor regulation.
Yeah,
I think.
I generally agree. But so as an example though, let's say you run a retail store. Probably a bad example, but. You signed a lease in the middle of the 2000s and you've signed a 25-year lease. You employ 30 plus people and you are running into trouble because your rent is too high. Amazon exists now, it didn't then, and has eaten about half your customer base. You are profitable. You earn enough money in terms of to pay your staff if you weren't paying the lease, but the lease is massively overvalued, and if someone took a lease next door to you today, it would be at, say, 25% of the value because the rents have dropped so much in that period, but you're stuck in a contract that sticks you for the next 12 years into paying 4 or 5 times the market. Now, the landlord, you could go back to the landlord and just ask politely for them to reduce the rent. They're probably just going to say no because there's no mechanism to force them. So in that case, you lose your business because the market's changed. You're making long-term contracts, and though in the medium term things have changed and all those people lose their jobs, no one else is going to step in and fill that void. They're just going to go and buy from Amazon instead. So by having a pre-pack administration that allows you to shed the lease, or you have a tool to bargain with your landlord, say, hey, we're a limited company, if we go bust you get nothing, we need you to take market rate, you are potentially in a position where you could save either all your employees' jobs or most of those employees' jobs and have a healthy running company at the end of it. So,
yes,
if you just let them go bust, I hate to break it to you, it's just Amazon that wins on that. Like, there is no ifs and buts.
But that's also like what I think about that. Like, I get that it is a solution to that specific situation. I'm thinking about like abuse in it in other spaces, but that's like I said, this specific situation is bad. I understand that both really complex. The problems are like complexly big. But then what I hear from that story is not that law is a good solution. It's more that the way that Amazon does things and the way the housing market or like the property market is working is not working. Like that's what I hear from that. I don't hear.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So you could but that business wouldn't be in the position it is if the property market was working, and if the regulation around Amazon was working. So, I'd like to say I'm not.
It's still a bad law. I understand. Like it might be necessary.
I
in a
agree,
specific situation, it's more okay. Yeah.
I totally agree with you. I don't think people should be free of consequence for their actions, particularly executives that take no responsibility at all for the failings. But I see where they're going with it, and it's easy to say, well, that's bad, and it is. It's terrible, shouldn't exist. But then there needs to be an alternative measure. If you're going to regulate Amazon properly, you're going to regulate the property markets properly, and you're going to put in rent caps on leases and rent reviews that make upwards only rent clauses illegal. If you're going to then change your entire tax system so it more fairly reflects, like Amazon pays on a warehouse unit that's they're selling from, their rateable value is probably £8 per square foot. A small business in a town centre, their rateable value is probably close to £40 per square foot. That means Amazon pay maybe about £3 or £4 in tax for every square foot of their warehouse, and for every square foot of the shop. The shop owner will, tenant will pay 20 to £22 per square foot. So you could be unhappy and say it's a terrible law, and you'll be right. But unless people are going to make an effort to regulate all the other stuff, it's like the discussion between hydrogen cars and electric cars. Like, hydrogen cars and electric cars are still not 100% environmentally friendly. You're like, okay, sure, we could change the power grid. Then let's make efforts to do all of these things at the same time, rather than pick on the one bad law.
That makes sense.
And I would say, as someone that has been an executive that has run a limited company with staff, the most stressful thing in the world is running a company. If you are the one that's going to be on the hook at the end of it, and if you have employees, I run a small company. If I go bust, people like households lose their livelihood. I have not ever used a pre-pack, nor would I ever plan to, but I understand why it's there. Because if the difference was we signed one bad contract 20 years ago, and now that contract doesn't represent the reality on the ground, but lots of households lose all their income if we don't sort that out, then it kind of sucks all the way around. And we need way better regulation of like Amazon, and I would suggest that sales tax is the way to do that, rather than property tax.
Sales tax?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to regulate Amazon, you could do an online-only sales add percentage points to VAT for online transactions.
That's gonna be unpopular. I'm not making a judgment of what's working or not. By the way.
No, you're absolutely right. It would be massively unpopular, and it would hit everyone.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, it's a little bit difficult to slay peasants while having this conflict. And then that's sort of language, but that's.
And especially since I'm still using fists, so I should get a weapon.
Maybe a little bit. What was it? Yeah, like, and I also want to like to add to that. Like, I understand like there's a placement of sympathy here. As
I just backed into a new form. That was not effective.
I would say I am sympathetic to generally like making some larger changes in how we do this kind of stuff. That is not my issue here.
No, that's just Flanker.
Flanker likes that too. Flanker is a dirty revolutionary.
And depending on where the world you're based, absolutely am. Yeah.
I was talking about Cody's reviving.
Oh, okay.
You assume for B2B contracts you're not obligated to have a termination clause pending yearly review or something. No. So a commercial lease I'm going through doing a transfer of a business and commercial lease at the moment. It is common in the UK for commercial leases to have upwards only rent reviews and to only have a break clause once every 5 to 10 years in some cases. And your rent is set based on market conditions or basically whatever the landlord can get. And then you're kind of stuck with that forever. And when you move out, you also have to pay to have the property done back up again to the standard it was when you moved in or better. And it used to be the reason most companies go bust in January, because the golden quarter for a lot of retailers in particular is the only time they make any profit at all. So if you fluffed your Christmas, your company's gone. But the used to be you'd have to pay between 3 and 6 months rent as a deposit for the unit. Plus you have to pay quarterly in advance. So looking at a lease for a commercial premises that I have direct knowledge of, I'm currently looking at. So it's about 280 square meters. That property, the rent is £70,000 a year, plus £28,000 worth of service charge. Service charge is for doing things like maintaining the common areas, dealing with things the landlords are responsible for, because at the end of the day, tenants pay for it all. Plus, then on those two costs, that combines, and then you have to pay VAT on top of that as well, of about 20%. And then, in addition to that, you have to pay. You have to pay business rates, which will be based on the rentable value, the rateable value of the premises, and about 50% of the rentable value. So the all-in is about £107,000 per year for a small store in an arcade. So, and that's not to you, Hanks, just to be clear, it was answering Rabob's question about.
Yeah, I figured that. I didn't hear the original question. I was going to say, like, I'm talking a lot around about it. I understand the yeah. It's just like what like it is this whole conversation. Like the sympathetic position that you provided, like, is something that I much more kind of respect.
There's nobody covering the middle.
Oh god. Okay.
I'm standing on the back line. Here we go.
Well, now nobody's covering the top.
They're fine. But yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's an imperfect system, because like I understand what they were aiming to do, but like a lot of legislation, the reality is
I can see. Yeah, I can see that being very abused by. Yeah, I can.
Because actually, the thing that annoys me most about capitalism in general currently is allowing companies to be bought by themselves. So what I mean by that very specifically isn't when someone's gone bust. It's that private equity say, you know what, Angst, you have created the largest and most profitable book company in your niche. Great job. I'd like to buy you for 20 billion. And that sounds fantastic. So they buy your company for 20 billion, and then they load the company with 20 billion pounds worth of debt and pay themselves back. They effectively buy your company for zero risk themselves, and then charge a fat consultancy fee for I don't know, we turned up to a meeting or something. Yeah, that seems right. You didn't know how to run a book company, so our consultants told you. that is what's going to kill economies very soon. That's what's killed most of the retail casualties and most big company casualties, is that there used to be this thing where private equity would look to the market and they would gather some money and go, there's an inefficient market here, which also doesn't mean it's a bad market. So fire trucks in the US is a great example of this going terribly wrong. Fire trucks in the US used to be a mom and pop business. It was lots, like, there would be a manufacturer of fire trucks in California that made the fire trucks for Los Angeles. And then if you were a different authority and you were in Ohio, there was a manufacturer of fire trucks there. And most of them were very specialist businesses that only made very few fire trucks a year, but it was consistent work. And a lot of them were former coach builders. So they're very specialist, very niche. So private equity looked at that and went, what we should do is we could buy up all of the different small fire truck manufacturers and make them more efficient by firing a shed load of people and centralizing all of the human resources, and then restrict the range down to making 1 or 2, because that makes a ton more money. And then really when we're the biggest player in the market, they'll have to pay us whatever the heck we want, because you can't go to another small fire truck manufacturer. And that was, like, in some businesses that made sense. You removed inefficiency. The problem is that getting to be a fire truck manufacturer isn't something that you wake up in the morning and go, oh, I'll build fire trucks. That sounds cool. So there's a huge, well, the investors would call a moat around that business, because you can't just go and, unless you have huge means, you can't just go, oh, build a factory tomorrow for making fire trucks. A few million quid. That's pocket change. So they just formed an inefficient monopoly. But what's worse than that is that all of these retailers like Toys R Us, sugar, Borders stores, to a lesser extent Barnes and Noble, a lot of companies, and in the UK the water industry, got bought by private equity for their own, with their own money, have no risk, and then just extract as much cash as they can for as long as possible. And the second that you have more assets than you have income, they will strip you for parts and kill you. And it's not because those were bad businesses and it's a function of capitalism, it's because you were worth more in parts, so they just got rid of all the jobs, because they just get to kick you to the curb and move on. And that is truly what's going to kill our economy long term, because what's happened now is a ridiculous situation of private equity companies have done this so thoroughly that there aren't any small businesses to buy anymore that make any sense. So they're buying big businesses from each other to make money wheel go burr still. And are they making those more efficient and more profitable? No. They're just loading them with more and more debt. And if you're servicing huge amounts of debt, you can't afford to improve your business, pay your people, so you're at greater and greater risk of just going bust. If you want to target one thing, our economy, it should be that if you're a private equity firm that wants to buy a company, that's absolutely fine. You cannot put the debt onto the company for doing it. So if you want to buy something, you have to have the money in your bank. And that would actually...
That is...
a weird concept, right?
Yeah. That's...
Unfortunately, one of my talents, you can call it that, I can spot companies that are going to go bust. By walking into their shop, I can tell you if a retailer's likely to go bust in the next 5 years. Because there's telltale signs that they've been bought and had, like, too much debt to service. So that's every company from, like, Kmart to Bed Bath & Beyond to...
Nobody was watching in the middle. Getting stabbed by someone that's being very inconsiderate.
But if you just walk into their store, look at their till systems, like look at the way they take money. If it looks older than you, they're in trouble because they can't afford to invest in technology. If their store fit is looking a bit ragged around the edges, if they have lights turned off during the day, if they have old incandescent lights, if they have stuff that's just not working in corners or it doesn't look like it's been painted in the last 3 years, all those things tell you that business is going. And it's a really good indicator. If they have lights turned off, they're already closed. No, not necessarily. Boots in the UK. A lot of companies count it as an environmental thing, and some of it was true, that they would turn off some lights during the day because you don't need as much light, so why burn the electricity and waste it? However, they made theirs, in some cases, so terrible that it felt like walking into a bloody cave.
Oh no, I'm dead. I was so dead.
You are very much dead.
Oh, bugger.
There's a big guy running in. It's like from the side, just like
Excuse
doing
me,
that little
coming through, pardon me. Pay no attention to this guy. Hello. You there.
no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, who's left?
Waiting for that shot.
The Space Monkey. We believe.
Oh, you could kill them all by yourself, or...
And Rabble, you're absolutely right. I was just going to look for... There is a video I would recommend everyone goes watch that will explain it far more succinctly than me.
What is it?
I think you might have been better served reviving a few. It was close.
Interesting. Thanks, Frantic. That's unfortunate we died here.
Yeah. Everyone was dead.
We're all dead, Dave.
No problem.
Honestly, you were fighting for your life the whole time. I don't blame you.
Not the first time that's happened.
Do we want to try something else for a bit? I think Broken Arrow.
I am a bit tired here. You guys just have fun with. We should just switch.
Yes,
I need
some
to
Scotsman just ranted at
Oh
you for
God.
half an hour about capitalism. I'm sorry.
No, I quite enjoy that actually. I usually just don't do that much here. Okay, I just crashed the game. That's good. Okay, that's good. I spent a lot of time talking about that stuff.
It's an easy thing to trigger
Yeah.
a rant for me because I've worked on the other side of it, having tried to save companies, and I'm currently going through the process of buying a company. So it's
Yeah.
It is very annoying when you see exactly as you see from the outside that some people get away with doing terrible things and then skipping away with the same company they did terrible things to, now with no debt and someone else holding the bag, which is not how it's meant to work.
No, like it's meant to be a business that produces some goods that people want, and then they buy them. And it's not supposed to be any more complicated than that. And then if the product is bad, I know that, of course, like this is all natural, but it's just like I actually have to stop myself. Like it's I also like can rant about this a long time, but I kind of like kept it out of this community in general. It is what I spent most of my time on, actually.
You know, my friend, if I'm give me a few weeks so this project's over, and then I am available to you anytime for you to to rant at and explain the inequality in various systems. And yeah, I can give you some really easy things to rant about, like the state of publishing at the moment. It seems fine.
That's oh god, yeah. I will say though, like is this particularly useful? Like also for being like generally oriented in this kind of stuff, being on your stream and somehow getting you to rant about these things, because you have like very concrete experience of how what it actually means to work on the employer side of these things. I have met some of these people quite a bit. I am of the particular weird situation that I basically been through all of the social layers in Denmark, kind of a little bit. So I know what people are like when they work at that end in general, and it's not particularly sympathetic, usually. Was my impression.
Yeah.
Communist confirmed.
Yeah, communism. Next, you'll say you want roads paved and fire services to not to ask you for cash before putting the fire out.
Yeah,
That's kind of the thing. I'm very sorry. I like to have publicly funded, fire services, and I like schools to
How
have
dare
proper
you.
money.
Yeah.
I like
bloody Danes.
yeah, exactly.
Being all
exactly.
happy and crap.
Yeah. I'll jump off. You guys enjoy your military stuff? You're gonna do the broken arrow, correct?
Yeah, I might do broken arrow. If, Gray, do you have broken arrow?
No.
Oh, well, do you want to do bar instead then as a starting point?
Don't have that.
Oh, you don't. Well, that's free. There's a low barrier there.
Well, yeah, but free doesn't necessarily mean good. I mean, in my case, it did, but
yeah, bar's free and good, I would say. I doubt for anything else. I have literally the only time I'm getting to do anything about the stream is while I'm on stream at the moment. I finish work, start this, and then finish this, do some more work, and then maybe sleep for a bit before doing work. So, whereas before I had like an hour I could prep everything, it's just not true anymore. So apologies for it being terribly organised.
You guys have fun. I'll jump off for now.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure as always. Sorry.
It actually has. Yes.
And is the Great Genghis Kanks returning on Wednesday or Thursday?
Yes, both days. What is he doing? Wednesday was some money thing. Oh yeah, I need to surpass you in income. That's the whole goal.
Oh, you'll manage that, no problem.
Yeah, like I'm 0.1
something.
Yeah, I joined for Wednesdays now.
Excellent.
I was thinking of it right now. Who's joining for something?
Cookies said he's free to play Warzone bar Broken Arrow. Or Grey Zone.
I might be up for like something if you're still playing something that I'm playing like half an hour or something. I just need. It's more a screen thing. I need to like.
You should take screen breaks. Healthy, normal people take screen breaks. And
what?
Well,
I'm told. Yeah, they also take stupid mental health walks that improve their mental health, and it works, arseholes.
Basically, this modern day hullabaloo stuff.
That's
These young people come up with screen breaks. Back in my day, right?
Yeah,
Set in front of the screen.
Lose your arm to the loom and be happy.
And we liked it. All right. Yeah, I'll see you guys. See ya.
See you in a little bit. Hey, Lex.
Hackerman Lex just subscribed.
Thank
all
you so much
screen
for
all day,
resub,
no
man.
breaks.
I won't get to do that for a few more weeks. I need to catch up with you at some point, Lex, about meeting up for lunch or dinner or something. And also, if you wish to do a thing in November.
I mean, I'm up for Warzone, but
Yeah, I can do Warzone. Hang on, I say that. Has there just been another small update of 1,000 gig or something? Have you got Ready or Not, Grey? You haven't you?
yeah, I should have.
How's Ready or Not sound? I'm trying to do the numbers and work out from the things people said they would play. Hang on, if I do this, let's try Ready or Not, because none of us are ready.
Yeah, I need to install again. I
No
don't have it
worries.
installed on this PC, but it's only 38 gigs, so it shouldn't be long.
Unlike good streamers, I haven't got a thumbnail done or anything for this, so it would just take a second.
Yeah, well, I'll just download this in the meantime.
How are you, Lex? You keeping well, my friend? It's been far too long. That would be cool among that. I'll just do the changeover now, guys. So it might take a second. We'll do some ready or not.